Hi folks, my name is Dale Fredericks. Today we're going to talk about teaching your horse how to canter depart. And what a canter depart is just being able to strike off in whichever lead you want, whenever you want to. And for preparation work for this maneuver, we need to teach it something called the haunches-in. And what the haunches-in is, let's say if you have a haunches-in to the left, your horse is going to be going ahead, his front feet are going to make one set of tracks, and his hindquarters are going to be in to the left, making another set of tracks. And what that does is that prepares the hindquarters to take the left lead. And if we can get the left lead behind, we almost always get the right lead, the correct lead in front. So we've already taught our horse to move off of our leg. We've taught him to turn on the forehand. For that maneuver, we moved our leg back a little bit. We applied some pressure and moved the horse on its front quarters. And now we're going to try to do the same thing, but going ahead. So what I do is, I'll start out in a walk. I'll check the reins a little bit and take them back toward my right hip. And as I do, I'm going to move the hindquarters over to the right. As you can see, we're walking ahead, and the horse is making two sets of tracks. Okay? Now at first, the horse is probably going to be confused. So what we might have to do is take a couple steps ahead, stop, move your horse's hindquarters over a little bit, go ahead and walk ahead again, take a couple more sideways steps until they can get it figured out and put it all together. Okay, the same thing for the right haunches in. We're going to move the horse ahead, and I'm going to check back my hands a little bit and to my left hip this time. I'm going to apply my left leg, and we're going to go ahead. We're going to make two sets of tracks. The front quarters are making a set here, and the hind quarters are moving here. Now once we've got that, the next step is to apply some impulsion, get some forward motion, and strike off. In this case, we're going to strike off into the left leads. So I'm going to move her hindquarters over a little bit, and I've got my right leg back a little bit, my left leg a little bit ahead. I'm going to squeeze with both legs, but mainly with the right leg. And I might even in the beginning lift on my inside rein a little bit to kind of pick them up. So this is where you really want to have your horse. The better they respond to your aids, the better results you're going to get. They're not going to just strike off into a canter right away. They might trot at first or whatever, but just keep on refining your aids and getting them better and better so you can strike off eventually from a standstill. One thing I should mention is I'm riding this mare in a leverage bit, but you should start this work off in a snaffle bit. So to strike off on a left lead, I'm going to get her hindquarters a little bit, and then I'm going to apply impulsion, and I cluck a little bit to her. And we're off in a left leaded canter. Let me show you from the side what it looks like. I'm going to push my horse up into the bridle a little bit, move her hindquarters to the left, apply impulsion, and you strike off into the left lead. And of course for the right lead you do just the opposite. I'm going to squeeze her up a little bit, bring my hands kind of to my left hip, bring her hindquarters to the right, move ahead, apply some impulsion, strike off in her right lead. And as the horse gets better and better, I like to do a canter depart from different places. I might back them up a little bit. And right from the back up, I'll strike off into a canter. Same thing, you can also strike them off from you can turn them around a little bit. Give your cues to a canter. Just get them used to going into a canter whenever you want them to. We want to keep working on getting our horse more and more supple in the pole, more responsive to the bit. I should also mention, at first, when you put your leg on him, like if I was going to put my right leg on her natural tendency is to look this way. Most of the horses are going to do that, and they're going to be kind of stiff. But to get a finished maneuver, a finished haunches in, we actually want them looking a little bit into the direction their hindquarters are going. So by degrees, we're going to take that, work on getting that head where it's slightly in. Just a little bit of looking in toward their hindquarters. Like anything with horse training, it's a process, so at first your results are not going to be probably what you want, but just keep working at it. Keep getting your aids, getting them to respond to your aids better, lighter to your legs, responsive to your voice cue, the cluck, and responsive to your reins. The more supple you can get them in the pole, the better results you're going to have. So I hope there's some things there that might help some of you. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.